Hey guys, so you can probably hear Doug going. He's out in my 8230 right now. It's been running good, mostly. I had to run out and tweak the GPS for him. He's not that tech savvy, and he'll be the first one to admit it, and I don't mind that one bit. I like it when guys know what they're good at and know what to not do. So he said, yeah, I'm having this problem. And I said, okay, I'll come out. And I rode in there for 45 minutes, and I did a couple tweaks, and it's all good. Now this guy, 8240, you'll notice, is in the yard with the side panels up. That's never a good thing. I always want to point that way for some reason, but it's just enough light that it screws everything up. So I'll point this way. That's a pontoon boat. Nope, screwed up the light anyways. Let's go this way. Good enough. So on Monday, we replaced that bearing that goes on the chopper. I did a video on it, probably a crappy one, but it's busy time of year, and a lot of times I'll start a repair and Dad will finish it, or vice versa. It's just who's needed where, when, to do what task, and we just send the most appropriate, the best fit, or sometimes just the closest guy. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a better mechanic. Probably in a couple videos I might have, but in some ways I am, and in other ways I'm not. Dad's definitely more experienced, but I've probably done more technical stuff, especially when it comes to conveyors, augers, that kind of stuff. Being that I used to build fertilizer plants, so you did a lot of that. Now I'm getting a bit off topic, but what I'm saying is sometimes I get to film the start of something and not the end, or the end and not the start. So this guy right there, that guy, that's the one that's got the two, or actually it's three spline or geared bearing faces. I don't even know exactly what to call them, but so we got everything back in place, and we thought we had everything properly torqued and tight and everything. I'm not sure if something came loose and it worked its way out a hair, or if something wasn't set right to begin with and it worked the other way. I'm kind of got a sneaking suspicion that's what happened. Dad thinks it's the other, but either way, we were both wrong. Now, initially, we found out the problem was that there was too much gap, and so we split the gap, and we got things running to where we thought it was really good. And clearly, we were wrong. Because this time, well, what happened is the cogs on the bearing had worn, and something got loose, and it was barely engaged. Like, we're talking less than an eighth of an inch, an eighth tops. And between probably trying to cut in and out every now and then and a few good slugs of tough stuff, it wore them out. And unfortunately, Dad took both pieces with him just to make sure everything was what we needed. Pro tip, do that. It works well. So we got everything off, and we're still we decided to start going with some newer stuff. Oh, there's Mitchie going by right now with the grain carts. Weber's must be done all their manor stuff. Oh, he slowed down for the rough spot. I thought he was turning in here. I'm like, no, we don't need any more equipment in the yard. That's a bad thing right now. Where was I? And my eyes are so dry and crusty, it's not even funny. So we gotta make sure we put everything dead-ended in. I'm not sure where something went wrong, but it stripped both of them. So we're getting a new. We can't get a new fork yet. It's actually quite an easy change out. So once that comes, we'll deal with that. But yeah, I don't know if you can really see there. It's designed to have that cutout. That's so you can just, You go like this, pop it in place. But there is some wear at the top end, and that was probably allowing it to travel. So it was only running on 1/8 of an inch and broke them. And as soon as you turn on the machine, you just that's not a good sound. So we actually ended up plugging up the chopper pretty bad today. And I was in there, and that's why my eyes are all buggy. I was in there digging, and it was like hot. It wasn't hot outside, it was just hot, like choppings and wet and not fun. So Dad's off to Estevan. Windthorst didn't have them. They said, so Windthorst is Young's, and then it's Redhead. Yes, Redhead in Estevan. So they were looking up, Windthorst was looking it up, and they go, well, according to the computer, Redhead has some, so maybe call them. And they answered right away, which I feel surprised that I didn't notice this, or didn't mention this right off the get-go. But 5 o'clock on a Friday is always when something goes. And 5 o'clock on a Friday before a long weekend is guaranteed for us to have a breakdown. Guaranteed. Every time. Yet, it was after 5 o'clock. So it was actually 3 o'clock or 2:30 when it went. But it was 5 o'clock by the time we got back to the yard and got everything peeled apart and knew exactly the parts we were going to need. And Young's parts guy answered the phone. They still had a couple service guys in the back that they put us on the line with to confirm this, that, the other. Yeah. And Redhead, by the time we called them, it was 6 o'clock. And first ring, and somebody picked up. Yep, we got the parts. Yep, they'll be here. Blah blah blah. We'll, I think they have some sort of locker system out back. I don't know. They were describing it to Dad. So they just told them where to go and what to do, and everything's ready, paid for with credit card. But yeah, awesome. Both between Young's and Redhead, I know they're competitors, kind of work the same. They're both case, but just awesome. 5 o'clock on a Friday of a long weekend, or after 5, and they're here. So big props to both. And so Dad's off picking that up. I just had to run out to Doug and change some GPS settings for him. And then, I finished cleaning this up. Probably going to put some anti-seize on that, keep it from being ignorant tomorrow whenever Dad gets home. I don't know. I'm rambling. It's been a long day. Kind of rough day. But we're almost at the end of the Durham. I'm sure nobody's going to like this video because it's boring as fuck. But, yeah, we're towards the end of the Durham. We're actually in the last field. We had planned on being done today. I shouldn't say planned, but expected. My Durham ran pretty good. My first field was just shy of 60. And my second field, oh, my eyes are going to be just crusty tonight. My second field was about 48, and Dad's over here. Dad's are like 2 miles away. I can see my other field from here. That went like 50. I think it went 58. So that field went 58, and over here it's doing like 40. And I think part of it is, well, I know part of it is it missed one rain. But yeah, it's just, we really can't be upset with those numbers, because it very, very easily could have been 3.5 or 4 instead of 35 to 40. So, and prices are going to make up for it. So I totally expected to have to fight for it this year.